on the show. And Maleeha, I'm coming straight to you. US and Israel are certainly bracing up for the worst case scenario. Now, call it a full-blown war or limited war, war it is. And this threat spectrum is expanding day by day. How do you look at the situation?
Well, I think Israel is in a state of panic. It has made a huge blunder by this attack on the Iranian diplomatic mission in Damascus. In response, Iran has, of course, been warning for weeks now that it will retaliate. But at the same time, I think we have to recognize that the Iranian leadership is a sagacious one. It's a wise leadership. And it has been saying that it does not wish to provoke or get sucked into any kind of regional conflict. That would not be in Iran's interests, because it would also bring in the United States in a direct confrontation with Iran. Obviously, the US, which has already said that it will defend Israel, it's dispatched a general to Tel Aviv. So Iran doesn't want to get into any kind of a regional war. So what it has said is, and it's apparently conveyed this to the American authorities, that it will respond for sure, but it will respond in a very carefully calibrated way that does not escalate what is already a very fraught situation. I think the last thing the Iranians want is to take the attention away from Israel's war on Gaza. So there we have it. The situation in the Middle East is extremely tense, no question about it.
Right. Malick, you're listening to Maleeha, and she says that it's sagacious of Iran not to, attack directly on US for now, at least. Do you share the same view? And also, with the global powers involved, like US itself siding with Israel, where do you see this conflict going? Because in a war where one side is completely equipped with the latest ammunition and everything, and there is a man-made disaster in Gaza, and then there is a deviation from it, and there comes Iran directly into the conflict. Is this a deviation? It is a planned thing from your point of view, or is it just happening as a general spillover of the conflict?
Yeah, I think that I agree with Dr. Lodhi. Iran already has its hands full with Hezbollah already there, with Hamas issue going on and everything. So both sides, they cannot act or survive or take the stands that need to be taken without covert Iranian support and funding and everything. And I agree when Dr. Lodhi Sahiba points out, Iran doesn't react, it responds.
All right. We have also been joined by Maleeha Lodhi, who is a defense analyst. I welcome you on board as well, Mr. Lodhi. How are you looking at this whole Israel-Iran confrontation, the conflict having a complete spillover all across the Middle East, still the South Asian region of Pakistan? How are you looking at it?
Thank you very much. Let me bring in the military angle. I agree with, I think it was Malick Saab who was speaking, I don't know because I cannot see you. I think his analysis was quite accurate and close to what is likely to happen. We know that Iran would like to avoid a conventional conflict because they are not organized and equipped for such a war. They are more into employment of non-state actors, far and wide, and secondly, they are into drones and missiles, which is not a total spectrum of conventional conflict. Whereas Israelis, they are equipped and trained, and you must have seen that except for this war, which they are having with Hamas, their wars have been swift. They do not take more than a week or 2 weeks, and they achieve their targets, whatever they want to. This time, they are in trouble. Because instead of a conventional force, they are facing a guerrilla force with different tactics altogether. So in a way, they are in a problem. So actually, it is Israel that they would like to convert the conflict into a conventional sort of conflict, and they must be very keen that Iran must jump into the foray. And they would also like that Americans must be on their side, And you must have heard a lot of rhetoric going on if we look at the American media, that Iran is about to attack and it is a very credible threat and all these things. But I agree with the last gentleman that militarily speaking, it does not suit Iran to go for a conventional conflict. They will try to carry on whatever they are doing. But I'm quite certain that making excuse of some false flag operation or something, I think US, Israel will definitely go for Iran very soon, because all the troubles which they are facing, I'm talking about Israel, that is because of Iran, according to their perception. And they would like to convert this war, which is not of their liking, into a war which would be of their liking.
Right. So